What up? What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Ricky D checking in. Sports Corner from the 216. What's your thoughts at C216? What's going on? I'm back, fully woke and ready to go. I hope you ready to go too if you're tuning in. We live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. A lot been going on. Super Bowl just happened. What y'all think about the Super Bowl over the weekend? It was all right. It was all right. It wasn't all that. But at the same time, it did get a little exciting at the end. Just a little bit. And you know they had to give us something. I ain't do the halftime show because from what I hear, you know, you couldn't even if you wasn't Hispanic or Latino, you ain't know what was being said. I heard. Not no discrimination, but I'm just saying I ain't take Spanish in school. I should have. But yeah, it been a lot going on. You know, they got the media row where you know the team players, interview each other because it's a lot of athletes that have their own podcast now. So it'd be a lot more going on than normal. Yeah, it'd be a lot more going on. So media row to me, it creates the trauma for next for the off season. The things said in media row usually lead up to the storylines for the off season. And with the Browns, of course, y'all already know what our storyline is. Every year they got somehow, some way. It's about if we got the franchise quarterback. Me personally, I believe we do have the franchise quarterback, but everybody is entitled to their own opinion, also. So, hey, but yeah, what's the goal for the Browns? Is it patience or is it pressure for the Browns? What are they under pressure? I feel like it's really like a fresh start, but with anticipation because you ended the season off on a good note. You get what I'm saying? You ended the year off on a good note. The defense, Stoller, we got a little situation going on with the coordinator. It was a little something, something. It wasn't major, but that's professional sports. And just giving y'all some think and reflect moment. That's one of the moments where they say you should never expect nothing from no one but yourself. So Jim Schwartz being a 60-year-old man, I feel like his reaction was immature, to be honest. If he reacted the way that it was being reported, that was real immature for a professional of his level, expecting something to happen that is not guaranteed. They didn't say you was a fit. If they was going to give you the job, they wouldn't have never interviewed nobody else except the people to cover the Rooney Rule. And to be honest, I prefer, I wanted Schwartz to be the coach to keep the continuity in the locker room or just in the team. Period. And he has a good voice, but paying attention to Monken, I wasn't familiar with him, but just paying attention to him, he seems to be a no nonsense type person himself. You get what I'm saying? Like if you seen that introductory press conference, like in the media world, like they like to say, he won that press conference. But the thing is, most of the stuff he said didn't sound like practice. it sounded like them was genuine words coming out that man's mouth. So I believe in him. You know, him and my guy. I don't know Shador personally, but that I still consider him. I feel like he a franchise quarterback. He just the level of expectations on him, like that's just something we live with in life, expectations. But you should only put it on yourself. But in the beginning, he was predicted to be a first round pick, second quarterback, first quarterback taken. He ended up falling to the fifth round, 144. And if I just learned something, new about 144 too. But that's on another wavelength of society. But yeah, man, the quarterback thing is really all we. Of course, we got to build the offense, but paying attention to Monkey, he seems to know how to make because he didn't work with different quarterbacks. So and he didn't been successful with each quarterback. He even went to college and helped a walk on win a national championship at Georgia. So his offensive scheme must work. You know what I'm saying? So as a Cleveland fandom, as like they say, like I'm a supporter, I'm a homer or whatever. But I'm still a realist too though. So I think we got something going, man. I just gotta simplify it and say we got something going. We build the lineup, go grab a couple of solid veterans. Like somebody was saying, um, they need to go get a well experienced center. Like when it come to the line, if anything, they need a quality center that can call the play, especially with Shador being only a second year player still learning the league. Cause that's always the headline with the Browns, man. We need a whole damn near whole new offense. We got a solid running back room. We got a good tight end. And excuse me. Speaking of tight ends, Njoku just gave a message on social media that he's not returning. But due to a close source, I kind of know what the story really is with that. The guy, he wasn't gonna get what he might have expected here, on the money side, and he's still like at that age where he could go out and seek a nice contract, but it's some other stipulations outside of the football to why the Joku is moving. It might be business. But we gonna keep that in the air, and then if you find out, let me know, and make sure you use the hashtag. What's your thoughts? SC216. But yeah, man, this quarterback thing, man, like, is it pressure to pick the quarterback or be patient with Shador? I was a Watson supporter. I admit I was honestly I wanted the Browns to draft Watson back in 17. Well, what was that 17? When he came out, he was sitting right there at 12. But the more I pay attention to, because Watson was the most talked about quarterback, so everybody was expecting him to be the first quarterback taken that year. And it actually was, I think, Mahomes. It might have been another quarterback in that draft, but as everyone knows, Mahomes is the one that turned out to be on the upper echelon. So just being, doing my own analysis of the football, being a football player, I feel like that the Browns traded out that 12 prick the year when Watson and Mahomes came out because you remember Kansas City jumped up in front of us. So I'm thinking, oh, they about to get Watson. I'm thinking we ain't gonna get Watson, but they drafted Mahomes. But now looking at Mahomes, you like, oh, that's why the Browns was like, and maybe it was some things they knew about Watson. And I think at the time we had was Sashi the GM. We had Sashi, so Sashi was really like building up the books. That's why when Barry came in, he was able to build that powerhouse team. It just never reached this potential. And we really got played the COVID year when we played Kansas City, and the one guy, they safety, helmet to helmet, our receiver. what was Hollywood last name? Higgins. So he hit him. Higgins going for the touchdown. He speared him with the helmet. You see it clear as day. The refs didn't call it, and we would have went to I think the AFC Championship game, and I forgot who was in that game, but was it the Raiders? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do my research on that. But yeah, man, we got Watson. You know, the reason I'm rolling with Sanders as the quarterback, because like I say, I'm a supporter of Watson, but Watson is on his last year contract, and I could see the Browns trying to put Watson out there to try to get some value for him, but Watson he didn't have so many injuries over the last few years, and Shador is a fresh soul. He got good leadership skills. He's very vocal. You know, he's supportive of his teammates. He has all the characteristics that Monken was saying in his press conference. He says, I need someone with the it factor. Shador has the it factor. I don't care how bad of a game you think he's playing. When it's time for him to play to put the team in a position to win, he does it. And he makes big plays throughout the game. That's the one thing personally that I feel like Shador might need to relax on is I don't want to call it hero ball, but making the big play. Like he looks for the big play more than he need to instead of. But if you was really watching the Browns when Shador was the quarterback, every game he corrected the mistake from the game before. You get what I'm saying? So that's like the statement he made when he was like, just give me a whole offseason. So now he's going in there fresh with a guy that was on a team that was trying to recruit him out of high school. That also was on the team that wanted to draft him. He just didn't want to sit behind Lamar Jackson. I wouldn't want to neither because Lamar not about to be. He just signed a fresh contract a couple years ago. So other than injury, you sitting behind Lamar. You're not getting the opportunity to really show your skill set. He came to the Browns and everything worked out in his favor to he was able to end the season. People go off stats like numbers. I Monken is not he's not an analytic coach. So you know what I'm saying? Like back when we had Dorsey as our GM. Dorsey was not an analytic GM. He was a field GM. Like I like this guy as a football player. But yeah, man, I like Shador because Watson is the last year on his contract. So, you know, if he wins the job, hey, oh well, we rolling with Watson. But I don't feel like that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? If anything, showcase Watson in the preseason, showcasing let Shador, but let Watson ball out 2-3 quarters of every game. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dylan might be on the trading block. Then then I'm hearing the rumor of they talking about trading up trading 2 draft picks to get man. Leave the quarterbacks alone. Draft you maybe a decent quarterback in the 5th round again. Don't go trying to reach for no rookie quarterback. You know, yeah, you want to put the pressure on Watson. I mean, on Sanders, and that's what the teammates been doing too. Because even the comment Miles Garrett said was kind of it was somewhat telling, but hey man, we want to see some more because we know you got more in you. So it's like they pushing him, and Shador is the type though. He gonna push himself. Like he's the person that some people. It's never perfect. It's never. I don't want to say never, but you can't. You want to strive for perfection, but in society, it's not. It's not. It's not no real. Like I feel like if you're perfect, you need to get out the way because you're in the way of other people that's trying to continue to grow, and you gon' grow until your last breath, till your soul don't return no more. You're gonna continue to grow because it's always learning is a lifelong process, and you don't even actually know the real life existence. Put it like that, but yeah, man, they putting the press on him. Ain't nothing wrong with it. His father gonna put the press on him. He gonna put the press on himself because he was on the one show. The shout out to Up and Adams, and he made some comments. I don't know him verbatim, but he basically was um letting people know how he continues to strive for better within himself. Like he feels like things happen for a reason, and to continue to make that reason come to fruition, you have to continue to apply and grow. You know what I'm saying? He's only going to get better. So that's when it comes to quarterback controversies. Chop it, man. Please, Cleveland radio stations, because I know I went to broadcast school, so I know how the concept work. To a person that don't know the concept, they thinking it's all la 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 la. Man, come on, y'all. Can we start getting the real thoughts? That's why my man Big Ken, them they go on their podcast after the show, so they can say stuff that's not FCC regulated or the outline for today's show. Of course, you want to outline so you don't just be everywhere, but they got to stick to it, and then one got to be the pessimistic, one optimistic, and so create. You know, ain't nothing wrong with it because it's interesting. Because I stay tuned in. Hey, but y'all need to start tuning in to this more often. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube at Sports Corner 216. Follow us on all social media platforms. Make sure you become a member over on Patreon where you can find audio episodes. Also on Spreaker, but more on stay over on Patreon. And don't forget to like us on Facebook where we live right now also and TikTok. But yeah, we got a defense. The defense solid, so that's not really a concern. So they 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 interviewed a few people from within the organization because they want to kind of keep the same scheme, but they also interviewing. Come on with just promote old boy Jason Tarver. Let the man upgrade his life. Give him a little extra bonus on his check. Let him go. Hire his staff because the linebacker core has always been one of the solid parts of our team. So why not make the linebacker or even the line coach? Who is the line coach? I'm gonna have to look that up. But Jason Tarver, excuse my language. But Jason Trevor is his name. But he's been around for a few years. I think he was even on the team before Schwartz came. But just upgrade, promoting. Make that so that task can be simple and easy. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, if you can get back to that quarterback situation, if Watson can shine and you could get something for him just to get that money off the books, because somebody might want him this year just to get the money off their books. They've been to traded you a couple of players, like for instance, the the Tyson, the Tyson Campbell, and what's my guy always dancing? Greg Newsom. That trade, they had the same salary, but Tyson had 2, 3 more years on his contract. But that was a trade to upgrade. Now, if the Browns want to consider an upgrade, you trade Watson to a team that got more than enough needed linemen, and then bam, you bring the lineman. You know what I'm saying? Place him in there. He on a 2, 3 year contract. You get what I'm saying? But if you want to join the show, text 216-716-3005 so I can screen the call. Let me know what you're calling about because right now we talking Browns. This is your boy Ricky D checking in. 216 Sports Corner, that is. Go ahead. When you get a chance, run over to Brew Euphoria Coffee. Wake up to a cup of Brew Euphoria Coffee, dark French roast bitter root edition, capturing the blissful moment with every sip. Make sure to go follow, click the link in their bio on Instagram and Facebook. That's Brew Euphoria Coffee, capturing the blissful moment with every sip. Yeah, moving on though. I wanted just go. I could have did the whole show on the Cavs, but I'm this sports corner from the 216. Hey, before I move on to the Cavs though, should I go Cavs? I might just slide the Guardians in there because ain't much really going on with the Guardians. But yeah, other than that, they getting ready to just start their spring training. You know, go Guardians. I still call them the Indians, but I'm learning to say Guardians. You get what I'm saying? But Jose probably, that's be the biggest thing they do, man, is to keep Jose on the team. You got to be proud of Jose. I ain't never met Jose, but if I ever meet that guy in person, man, I'm gonna give him a hug, man, because you keep Cleveland baseball relevant. Because we went for a dry sprout for a minute, but we had the shining moments when the Jacob Field first came back, the Gateway Project, Albert Bell, Manny Ramirez, Jim Tomey. Oh man, it was going down home run after home run. And speaking of home runs, that's really what we missing. Another solid hitter. They be trying to throw people in there. We got a couple of young players that might mature this season that could, because the one thing I noticed about Chris Antonetti, I think that's the guy there. He really likes to work his farm. Like he'll go get some players to fill in, you know what I'm saying? But he really likes to work the farm system. Like he likes to bring his own players up. And yeah, man, it's baseball to be here before you know it, man. Up here, if you from Cleveland, I know you know the weather been horrible, but we've been getting a little warmth and a little sun lately. So maybe we could get some 35, 40s for the week. We might get half of this snow might be gone. People can see their driveways again completely. But yeah, man, ain't nothing really been going on. They got the young pitchers. That's been our little strong suit outside of Ramirez. What's my other dude? The Asian guy. See, I man, what is his name? Because they was trying to trade him. He like our other good player, but you will never forget Jose Ramirez because he never makes the situation difficult for the Indians, for the Guardians to keep him on the team. He be, hey man, I'm gonna do this. That guy literally probably takes half of what his market value is, just to stay here. He's a loyalist. But yeah, don't forget to go check out that Brew Euphoria Coffee, capturing the blissful moment with every sip. Man, you can always go like Sports Corner from the 216 on most streaming platforms or social media. I got these notes. Gotta have your notes because you'll just get to talking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Cavs, man. Speaking on them Cavs, I love them Cavs. Even though the Browns my favorite team. But yeah, man, them Cavs, they came back last night. It looked ugly. That was a good game. I actually stayed up and watched until the last shot, which was the game winning shot because Weston only had like 0.99 seconds or something. Like they didn't even have a whole second to get a shot off. But you can see the difference. Like the Cavs had a good team, but now they have a great team to me. And then you got people talking about Schroeder. Schroeder didn't come here. Schroeder came here to irritate people. Ellis came here to irritate people. You know how important them two players are going to be in the playoffs. Then when you got Harden and Mitchell in the background, Mobley ain't even been on the court yet, but Allen been shining with Harden. So and Mobley moved a little different than Allen. So man, if the NBA ain't got the Cavs predicted to go to the finals in the East now, they keep talking about Detroit, but Detroit, we had the best record before. The playoffs is a different monster, and now we got a guy that done been in hundreds of playoff games who's scored at least 30 points in 50 of them, almost 49 to be exact. So speaking of playoffs, who if come down to it, who is the guy you put the ball into their hands if it's crunch time? Man, you can pick or choose. We got weapons. The boy Jalen Tyson knocking down threes. Merrill only scored 9 points, but he was still a threat on the court. He was still making people have to run out at him, which made other if Sam Merle improve on his passing, it's Kurt. It's lights out when it comes to the Cavs. Cause Harden, they want to call him old because he's 36, but watching him play, he don't look like no 36-year-old NBA player. He moving kind of he even look like he been getting in shape a little bit too. Like he don't look. You remember the fat Harden? He got a little tone to him. Like he been getting in shape. So and to come to Cleveland, not to talk down on my city, but he came to a team that got heavy potential, but to come to the area, a person of his personality to come to a place like Cleveland, even though, like I say, Cleveland can be live, but it ain't LA. It ain't Miami. You get what I'm saying? It ain't even Houston, Dallas, Texas, where you get no taxes. We got one of the highest tax rates. But anyhow, he came to win, man. And you can see it. Like everybody been trying to put him down and make their opinion of him based off of who they think he is. But I was saying it too. I'm like, dang, I get a chance to really see him on the team instead of just seeing him as a celebrity star that's playing in the games because he's James Harden, former MVP, scoring champ. Then played with some of the top players in the league. Now he's like the elder on it. He is actually the elder on the team. I don't think nobody on the team is old as him. I think he's the oldest player on the team, but he's one of the best players on the team. So, the storyline is LeBron come back home. So I could see the Cavs making the finals, but knowing how entertainment is, they might not win the finals, which is to storyline to get Brian back for sure. Like the finals, get to the finals and get Brian back on the veteran minimum. Hey, get him on one of them. What's the little contracts where you get the trade tenders or whatever they call like, and it'd be like it's trade exemption, and you get like a certain amount of money that you can spend on the player with that contract when you make the trade. I think that's kind of what we did with Lonzo because I don't think we received a player. I think we might have got a mid player. It's like a mid player exemption, and it might be like for 5-10,000, but it don't count towards the salary cap. That's what's the perk of it is, if I'm right. But yeah, the D, like I was saying the other day on one of my quick notes. Make sure you follow on social media so you can hear my quick notes. Them be like quick little thoughts, let you know what's going on. Like today I was talking about I mentioned some sports, but I put some real life in there, man. Like sometimes you gotta do things when you think of it because you might wait and then it looks like you you copying somebody else's style, but you knowing like with your, like having real integrity, you know you like say for instance, I was gonna do the show last night. I'm still trying to find a time and a date to really be consistent with y'all, but that's why I tell y'all to make sure y'all like and subscribe on YouTube so y'all can get the notifications for when I do go live. You know, like on Facebook. But yeah, you know, you gotta your first mind is usually your right mind. I heard that from some wise men. You know, they say your first mind is usually your right mind. Like sometimes we be trying to make the right decision instead of just letting the decision be the right decision. You get what I'm saying? Your first mind is usually your right mind. So hopefully it ain't telling you to do nothing bad. maybe you got maybe well let me rephrase that. Maybe you have to be a logical, rational thinker to run with the first mind is your right mind. Because if you're a reactor or an emotional person, your first mind might not be your right mind. You might have to sit there and weigh the pros and cons because that's the most important thing in life, the pros and cons. And I also came up with another little concept before I continue moving on with the Cavs topics is there really a future or are we just always in the moment? No, but for real, as living, you really only always in the moment. You only can plan for your future. Like that's where time come in at, because you know time to me is an illusion, aka a tool. You know what I'm saying? To schedule what you plan to do in your near future, or while you living in the moment. You know, so like say for instance, say you at one stoplight, and then you trying to get to the other stoplight is your future. But even though you thought that other getting to that other stoplight was your future, about time you got to that other stoplight, you was still in the moment. Hey, I be thinking, man. Hey, sometimes my brain be thinking too much. So I like to do things like talk sports, you know, to bring me back to reality. But yeah, man, the Cavs, man, they the hottest team in the NBA. They last 20 games. I think they like 16-5 if you count last night. Last night was a good ass game because Denver, they say Denver got the number one offense. The Cavs was going, they had us for a minute. I'm like, ooh. But you can see the fight. You get what I'm saying? Like I liked it Garland and I even liked it Hunter too, but somewhere down the line, Hunter lost his desire because he just too nonchalant. And Garland, he's a baller, but he's still like childish. You get what I'm saying? Like it's cool to have fun, joke around, laugh, you know, high five, but it comes a time, man, where you gotta be serious. And then that big backcourt now, you got James Harden 6'5", 6'6", 215. You got Mitchell 6'2", 220, 215. You know what I'm saying? But then now Harden don't look like a chunky 215. He look like a fit 215. Y'all already know Mitchell got the wide shoulders, and that's why how he get to the hole so quick, and he can do that layup thing because he got a wide upper body. So it's like his reach his for a 6'2" guy. I think Mitchell wingspan is like 7 something. You know what I'm saying? His wingspan is taller than him. You know what I'm saying? So, man, the Cavs, y'all better quit playing. And then tomorrow night we come home before the All Star break. And speaking on the All Star break, Mitchell is in a 3-point contest. He, I guess he just want to participate, but hey, who knows? He might come home with the trophy. It just was because you know we coming off the West Coast. We just went 4-5 on the West. One, two of them were hard. Hey, we whooped on man. The team we traded. That's when it really kicked in because the team we traded Harden to from Garland to, we whooped on them. Then we came, Sacramento tried to ball us, but we wound up taking that, put them to sleep. Then we come in here, we come play one of the best teams in the West, Denver, with that boy Jokic. Jokic the I think he got he broke Oscar Robertson's triple double record. Man, Joker's only been in the league about 8, 9 years. Let me see. See how long. Oh, he on his 10th. I was about to say 10 and start. Yeah, this is 10th season. He done broke the triple double record. Oscar Robertson. Oscar Robertson, the guy that that's why it's free agency in the NBA now. Free agency, in a way, it's a good thing, but I really feel like if a player, yeah, it's a good thing because it give players a little freedom. But it probably was fun to know that you draft a player or whatever, and that player always gonna be on your team. But you got to treat that. You got to treat that player. See, that might have gave the owners too much power, knowing that the player couldn't, be a free agent and move on with their career. Hey, and the crazy part about it, man, Mobley ain't even, he's still hurt. It's a few, like, injury has been the Cavs down. They Achilles heel, they like to say. That been their Achilles heel all season, the injuries. So we need Mobley to come back sooner than later so they can find a rhythm with him and Allen on the court at the same time. So this how I play. This how I play that. Since Mobley and Allen got like a similar, they around the rim. If you, nah, you got to start. You got to see what it all look like with the starting squad. See how it run. But I give a lot of minutes with Harden or Mitchell, one of the two, with Mobley and Allen in the game at the same time. Then have you some shooters around like Sam Merle and Tyson. Then I go Mitchell, Harden, a shooter with just one of the big men, maybe two shooters and then one big man. Like that, how they been playing, how they, the starting squad been Allen, Tyson, Merle, Mitchell, and Harden. That's the starting, but when you like giving the minutes like throughout the game, I would just I would just hey, you know what, the Cavs deep because Schroeder, Ellis, and they still mixing in. Then you got Tomlin, Bryant, the big center dude. He knocked down threes. You got Wade. You got who else? You got Porter. Man, there's somebody else coming off the bench, man. Man, the Cavs, hey, and then they've been to the playoffs. Most of them players know what the playoffs feel like now. So now they got a dude that done made it all the way to the finals. He ain't win it, but he made it there. So now you got somebody to kind of, man, the feeling of getting there. You get what I'm saying? So Let's go, Cavs. What they say. Let them know. Let them know. You know they changed their little thing. They didn't have that one a couple years though. But yeah, man, you know they ain't even practice yet. While I'm talking all this shit, they ain't even had no practice yet. Practice? What's practice? No. Shout out AI. Man, we got shooters, man. We got shooters everywhere. You got you got a a lineup that's a full lineup, like every position: center, power forward, small forward, two guard, point guard, like, and then you got a couple of more coming off the bench. You got a whole lineup where everybody can just be like, whoosh, knock it down. Hey, and then a couple of them people that can knock down the threes, they can penetrate too. So when the when they try to double up on Mitchell, now you got Harden on the court, or you got Sam Merle or Tyson in the corner. Then if you do the same thing that Mitchell or Harden, then you got Mitchell just sitting there. Man, it's on and popping, man. The Cavs about to have a ball the rest of the way out the season. They gon' pray. We're gonna pray everybody stay healthy and Mobley get healthier, and whoever else injured on the team get healthy. But they about to have such a rhythm going into the playoffs. Man, it's about to be almost like the LeBron Cavs when he came back. How we was just going to the finals every year, and then don't let LeBron come back next year. Oh my God, the Cavs is just, hey man, y'all might as well just get ready for the playoffs. Like I always say, the NBA season, you get to knowing who need to do what or who in the running or whatever with the first half of the season, but by the time that trade deadline come, that's who you know who really about to be on it. Cause some teams you be thinking they ready, like say for instance the Clippers. The Clippers won like 17 of their last 20 games or something, 21 games. They was winning. But they still made a trade. They picked up a good player, but Garland hurt. Garland might not be back on the court for at least another week or two. So now you got to get him mixed in. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they must feel like they got enough players to constant. But we whooped on them without heart. Kawhi Leonard, all right, but man, yeah, we ain't got nothing to worry about with them Cavs. But yeah, man, that's your local news anyway. Before I get ready to go, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of rundown of what's been going on in national. Of course, we just had the Super Bowl. We got the Winter Olympics going right now. I thought the U.S. women's hockey team had lost, but they actually undefeated. You know, they got the first African, well, the first Asiatic woman to play on the hockey team. She actually, you know, assisting it up, and she's a local. She grew up Cleveland, Ohio. She went to Cleveland Heights. Layla is her first name, but yeah, she played for the U.S. hockey team. They actually undefeated, and the curling team is actually, I think, playing for a gold today. I think they play Spain. One of them, but they play for gold today. My thing with I always Winter Olympics always like the slopes, like going around the little flags. But that's like I never went skiing before, but I always used to like that. That was my favorite when it came to winter sports was the people that did the slopes, like coming down, going around the flag. That was I could sit there and watch that all day. That curling shit. I don't know what people find so exciting about it. Hey man, that's just like playing man, that's just like golf on ice. Cause golf fun when most sports is fun when you play it. It's watching some sports like I could play baseball, but I can't sit there and watch a whole baseball game. Like I can play it, it's fun playing, but to sit there and watch it, you be like, man. Like basketball is probably the most up and down. You know what I'm saying? Sport. Boxing is a little too violent. I wouldn't be no boxer, but I can box. I box your ass for real. I'm like a natural. Like I always tell people, I've been ultimate fighting. I've been in the UFC, MMA. But yeah, man, the Buckeyes, man, Old State. You know, they a lot before that when that season ended. They thought a lot of people was gonna start transferring. The basketball team doing all right too, though. But you know, I'm more a football guy, so I don't track the basketball as much as I should. But you know, being more sports corner, I got to do a little bit more research now. Because if most of y'all that know, I came from the Think and Reflect. This was a segment on the Think and Reflect. So, but I love sports so much. I'm like, let me go on and just do the sports because everybody don't want to think and reflect. But we are returning with the think and reflect, but it's gonna be only interview based. So make sure you stay tuned and follow Think and Reflect podcast on most streaming sites. But we going hard. We going out with a bang from with the sports corner from the 216. This about to be my livelihood because I love me some sports, man. I hope y'all do too, and man, y'all need to start tuning in. I'm gonna find a date. Y'all can leave some suggestions in the DM. But before I move on, I got one more space. Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna just let y'all look at this mock draft I did, and y'all tell me what y'all think about it. So this was a simulated mock draft. I know I just jumped from, but I somebody tried to say this was one of the worst drafts. Like they said, because I picked so many linemen, but they not looking through. Like, look, I added because we only got 10 picks. I think this year, the two first. But look, I added. I still got one of the top linemen. Traded down to the 21st. Somehow I forgot how I got down there, but I ended up still getting one of the top linemen with the 24th pick. With the 24th pick, I got Denzel Boston. If you do your research on Denzel Boston, you're gonna be like, wow, he probably what they call him a poor man's Carnell Tate. He might and he wins 87% of 50 balls. This guy right here, like an up and coming like tackle. Like he got more upside than anything. Then if you watch the video on Kobe Lane, this receiver right here. So now I done picked up two tackles, a top receiver, another good receiver that could play a role because he catches with his hands. I'm drafting receivers with that catch with their hands. Then I go get another tackle. I ain't saying these guys got to start, but now we filling up the line with young players. We just lost Njoku. He go a tight end. See, I knew to get a tight end. My intuition was telling me to get a tight end. So boom, okay, now we like third, fourth round. I say, let me start adding some special team players. So I go grab a safety. This a big dude. He like 6'1", 6'2", 220 safety. So you could put that special teams all day because if he playing safety, that means he fast. He just big. So then I like look. I say, oh, Garrett Nussmeyer, he ain't no big dude, but you know how they keep talking about we need to draft another quarterback. Here we go, fifth round quarterback, a nice one too, one that was projected to be like a first round, second round pick last year. Boom, I come right back with another tackle. So now we just fat with the tackles. And look where I'm getting these linemen from. Indiana, Utah. Oregon. So boom, I go get another tackle from Stanford. I go get a guard from O State, another guard from Oregon. These is big linemen. Then I go finish it off with another special teams player, a DB, because we need them people that's fast to get down there. But look what I add on. I added like 3 extra picks. That's why I got so many extras, all these linemen, because 3 of the picks came due to trade. Then I added 2 second rounds for next year, a 3rd round and a 5th round. You can't tell me this draft right here is not one of the best drafts you can make based off. Yeah, it's simulated, but hey, they was there. The people was there to. But I think this is probably top notch. If we could get a draft like this, we win it. We going to the Super Bowl because we got tradable assets. We could trade 2 linemen to a team with a veteran lineman. See, people don't look. You got to play chess. You got to play the cards you're dealt. But yeah, going back to what's been happening on in the world, because I did kind of wing off. I'm about to get ready to tune out on y'all in a minute. So make sure y'all like and subscribe when y'all see this video on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We over on Threads too. But speaking of the Super Bowl, did you watch the commercials? It was a couple of nice commercials, but the one that really entertained me was the Dunkin' commercial, the Goodwill Dunkin'. Like, if you ever seen the episode of Goodwill Downing, he was like a dull, nonchalant, sarcastic type person, and you could just see it all through. Then they had all of them people. I think that's called. It wasn't AI, but it's like another technology they use for the movies where they just could put the face on the bodies. But that was a good commercial. They had a lot of good stars. You know what I'm saying? Like old stars, new stars. That was a good commercial, man. I'm gonna have to look that commercial up again. Let me see. I don't know if I'm gonna get some publishing rights if I try to show y'all that. Let me see. I'm gonna pull that commercial. I'm about to fuck because y'all got to see this, man. That was a nice commercial. One second, y'all.
From the ads that made us laugh,
this is how I make friends,
to the ones that pulled on our heartstrings.
I'm the you who never gave up.
This year's Super Bowl commercials brought on the glory to the estimated 130 million viewers.
No bueno. Yes, bueno.
Breaking the internet overnight,
one of you, yes, you watching, will literally win it all.
Mr. Beast Salesforce, trending on Google as the top commercial search during the game.
Is it a clue? I don't know.
While TikTok tells GMA Ritz was one of the most popular searched ads on the platform.
Why didn't they invite us?
Mega brands partnering with even bigger stars.
Instacart lets you choose your bananas.
Get 'em just how you like.
Ben Stiller joining Benson Boone on the Instacart stage.
Oh, I didn't know they did a commercial. I missed that one.
While John Bon Jovi starred in his first ever Super Bowl ad.
Need a lift?
Rocking out among a cast of A-list talent for State Farm.
Get to the dock.
Also bringing the
It's the one
ensemble,
right here, look.
Duncan, with a Good Will Hunting spoof starring some of sitcoms' favorite friends.
Oh yeah,
You like
Goodwill
donuts?
Hunting.
Yeah.
Well, this is my new boyfriend.
Sabrina Carpenter builds a man of her own with Pringles.
Rainbow Leo.
And who can forget the famed Budweiser Clydesdales? Other companies using their ad time to spread a message. Lay's bringing Americans back to their roots. And Rocket Mortgage focusing on the power of being a good neighbor.
And I see they got some free promo on me. Hold up. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I like this commercial. I ain't know it was almost 3 minutes.
Will is kind. Will is special. Will's got math on the mind. A secret brain in a crazy town. Will is happy when his friends are around because he's
Duncan, I need an advertising deal for this, Duncan.
Goodwill Duncan. You never know what you'll do till it happens to you.
They got everybody in there.
Till it happens to you. Goodwill Duncan. Till it happens to you. Goodwill Duncan.
I wonder how much they spent on this commercial.
Goodwill Duncan.
Hey, Will, did you arrange the Munchkins in the Fibonacci sequence? I got a genius working for me.
He's such a genius, then why'd he put ice in his coffee, huh?
Come on, Chucky, I'm just Will Hunting. I'm not a genius.
I will marry the first man that can help me with the Fibonacci sequence.
How you doing?
Smooth.
Don't you have a girlfriend?
We're on a break. I don't need her. I still get everything I need right here at Duncan.
Hey, kid, if you're still single, doing this Boston shtick and working for Duncan when you're 50, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Isn't that your girlfriend?
You like donuts?
Yeah.
Well, this is my new boyfriend. How you like these nuts?
I'm Tom.
Goodwill Duncan.
Hey, I see. It was funny to me. Everybody don't get my humor, but that was a good one. Yeah, that was a good commercial. But yeah, moving on before I get ready to go, I'm about to bounce out on y'all, man. So if you're watching this, ain't too much more to talk about, but of course I gotta slide y'all the market, man. I know this ain't sports, man, but the inflation is coming, man. So we gotta prepare ourselves. AI and media, if you in like a digital business, it's not a labor workforce. Even the labor workforce, you got to worry about the robots. But it's good to go out there and learn some type of AI, man. But everybody fighting right now, even the streaming platform. So I'm gonna just continue to have fun, do what I got to do, and hopefully everything prosper. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I say, I was feeling the Dunkin' commercial. I kind of like the Rocket commercial too because it was talking about neighborly love. But yeah, man, and the athlete podcast is taking over from. That's why channels like ESPN and stuff like that lose ratings. But they also are trying to contract most of these shows. That's why Netflix they winning for real when it come to like podcasts are really audio, but the video version is called video casting. So your video cast is another stream, but the reason the athlete podcast probably get more views is because they're currently still in the locker room, so they can have more information than reporters. But yeah, man, I'm about to leave y'all. There's another episode of Sports Corner from the 216, and I got some little quick notes I want to hit the people with. The Atlanta cut Kirk Cousins, so if the Browns really want to go try to find another vet, which I think Watson just should be it, but Kirk Cousins out there, hopefully he'll take a pay cut. The Cavs got to be the favorite in the East for the finals. The transfer portal for the college, man, I can't stand it, but there's pros and cons to it. But Old State top players, Bo Jackson, Jeremiah Smith, they stand. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good thing. Other than that, man, let's go. Sports Corner from the 216 with your boy Ricky D. What's your thoughts? 216.